Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Battleverse. Today, we are going to explore a chilling and thought-provoking question. What if war breaks out at sea between the United States and China? Imagine a naval simulation unfolding in real time, where the most powerful fleets on Earth collide in a battle that could reshape global history. To understand this, we'll dive deep into how each navy looks from the outside, what it feels like inside, how they perform under pressure, the safety features built into these giants of steel, the unique advantages they bring to the fight, the enormous price tags attached to this rivalry, and ultimately what such a conflict might mean for the future of the world. Picture the exterior of these war machines first. The United States deploys its crown jewels, the aircraft carriers. Towering steel fortresses like the USS Gerald or Ford stand as floating cities, bristling with radar arrays, catapults, and flight decks capable of launching dozens of aircraft within minutes. The size is overwhelming, almost intimidating, designed to send a clear message across the oceans. The U.S. Navy owns the seas. On the other side, China unveils its Type 055 destroyers, sleek, angular, and modern, with stealthy exteriors designed to confuse enemy radar. The Liaoning and Shandong carriers, although smaller, cut an aggressive silhouette with missile batteries and escort destroyers protecting them like a swarm of bees around their queen. From the outside, it's a clash of philosophy. America projects strength through massive presence, while China emphasizes modern lines, radar trickery, and numbers. Step inside for a moment. The American interior feels almost like stepping into a science fiction command center. Computerized systems, spacious control rooms, and sleeping quarters designed for long deployments show that the U.S. prioritizes comfort and efficiency. Chinese ships are more compact, practical, and tightly arranged. Their interiors sacrifice luxury for functionality, designed to house as many sailors and officers as possible while keeping everything focused on battle readiness. The contrast is clear. The U.S. builds for endurance and comfort, while China builds for efficiency and purpose. But exterior and interior only set the stage. What really matters is performance when the waves turn red with conflict. The U.S. Navy is unmatched in carrier strike groups, each centered on a supercarrier and surrounded by cruisers, destroyers, submarines, and supply ships. These formations can launch hundreds of aircraft sorties in a single day, dominating both sea and sky. Their performance has been tested in countless conflicts, from World War II to the Gulf War, proving their reliability. China, however, brings a different kind of performance: speed, swarm tactics, and the terrifying threat of anti-ship ballistic missiles. The DF-21D and DF-26 are often called carrier killers, designed to strike from hundreds of miles away, raining down on moving vessels with deadly precision. While the U.S. relies on its history and overwhelming logistics, China counts on new-age technology and the advantage of fighting close to its own shores. In a performance simulation, America's carriers would sweep the skies, while China's missile barrages would test every layer of U.S. defenses. This brings us to safety features, because when missiles fly, survival becomes everything. American ships boast the Aegis combat system, a shield of radar and interceptors capable of tracking and shooting down incoming threats. The Phalanx CIWS, a last-ditch machine gun turret, sprays thousands of rounds per minute to shred incoming missiles. New additions like directed energy laser systems add futuristic defense layers. China, not far behind, relies on dense missile launchers, electronic warfare jammers, and decoys to confuse enemy targeting. Their ships are designed with compartmentalization to survive damage and keep fighting. In this deadly chess game, both sides have created floating fortresses bristling with safety nets, yet the reality remains: modern missiles travel so fast that no defense is foolproof. But beyond safety, each side holds unique selling points. The U.S. Navy's most powerful asset is global dominance. With a network of bases in Japan, Guam, and beyond, its ships can sustain operations anywhere in the world. Its carrier aviation, battle-tested over decades, is unmatched in training and execution. For China, the unique selling point lies in geography and numbers. The South China Sea is their backyard. They can deploy faster, resupply quicker, and overwhelm with sheer missile volume. China has invested in anti-access/area denial strategies, essentially turning the sea near its coast into a fortress where U.S. ships would enter at extreme risk. If the U.S. Navy is the heavyweight boxer with reach and stamina, China is the street fighter with home turf advantage and a flurry of punches waiting. The price of all this is staggering. The USS Gerald R. Ford alone costs over $13 billion to build, not including its aircraft, escorts, and logistics. Maintaining the entire carrier strike group costs billions more annually. China's destroyers, by comparison, cost closer to $1 to $2 billion each, allowing them to field many more vessels for the same price. This asymmetry means America spends vast sums for fewer but more advanced ships, while China floods the seas with a growing fleet. But price is more than money, it is also about training, sustainment, and experience. America has been sailing and fighting globally for over a century. China, while modernizing rapidly, still faces the challenge of turning raw numbers into seasoned, coordinated power. Now, imagine the conclusion of this simulation. The first shots fired would be missiles streaking across the sky. U.S. carriers scramble jets, Chinese destroyers launch volleys, submarines silently maneuver beneath the waves. Both sides suffer losses, because in modern naval warfare, no ship is untouchable. The U.S. might use its long-range bombers and submarine-launched Tomahawk missiles to hit Chinese bases, while China rains down missiles on carriers pushing too close to its shores. In such a battle, there may be no clear victor, only devastation. Global trade routes would collapse, economies would shatter, and nations across the world would be dragged into the chaos. In the end, this naval simulation is not about which side wins. It's about the catastrophic cost of conflict. The U.S. Navy's strength lies in experience, global reach, and unmatched carriers. China's strength lies in proximity, speed, and missile power. Both are giants of the sea, and if they clash, the ocean would become a graveyard of steel. The true conclusion is this: the world can only hope such a war remains a simulation, never reality, because once unleashed, it would be a storm no nation could truly control.